Alright, so Bisharp and it's really weird. It looks like it's not really it's not a bug type, but it's like this really weird, like it looks like a torture device. And like I said, it's not a dark type. It's not a bug type. It's like it's a dark type. So it's really awkward. Well, it's not really awkward, but yeah. Now, Bisharp is best used for Ultra League. I wouldn't use it. It doesn't really have any specific use in Great League. And if you're using Great League, it doesn't like getting punched in the face. So, yeah. Really doesn't like getting punched in the face. High attack, high stamina. I mean, high attack, somewhat decent defense and stamina, but not super great for anything probably but Ultra and Ultra Premier. Now, here's the problem with Bisharp. Bisharp has a ton of resistances. The big problem is it's just because of so many fighting types, if you see a fighting type, you have to run. I'm guessing if I had to make a prediction, the ratings against fighting types are probably stupid bad if you get like Bisharp locked into a fighting type. Other than that, it has a ton of resistances. Fire isn't super common in both, unless it's Charizard, and then not ground either. You don't see many ground users unless it's like Drorun from Excavalier, or if I had to put another one, Drorun or Earthquake. So those are two things you have to look out. But further that, in Ultra Premier, it's just because of the presence of pseudo fighters and Machamp. That's why it's kind of iffy to play Bisharp. Bisharp, it takes 75k dust to power up its second move. It also, because it goes up to like level 32, 33, 31, 32, 33, it's a little expensive to power up, so a little pricey to power up for Ultra League. And along with that, it has a very interesting moveset. Snarl, Metal Claw, Dark Pulse, Iron Head, Focus Blast, X Scissor. So it has a very versatile move pool, and its move pool, we'll look at a lot of its move pool just to see like how it really fares, but like I would say its best moveset's probably Snarl. Snarl generates energy quickly, and you do get stabbed, and you can, I would say probably Iron Head, Dark Pulse, just because you do get stabbed, but like X Scissor is good too because you have a bait move. So we'll run the movesets and just see how good it is, but overall I don't really see Bisharp being anything super powerful or anything that's going to break the meta. It does have a pretty sweet shiny though. It looks like a Power Ranger. No, seriously, it does look like a Power Ranger. It looks really cool as a shiny. So Bisharp ranks at 108. It's not great for Ultra League. As you see in Ultra League, it does well against... It beats Gira and Crest, which are really interesting, and Articuno. So it beats 3 of the really dominant meta. Actually, it beats a lot of dominant meta. Now, you lose against Swampert, Charizard, Lapras, Gyarados, and Venusaur, but it does have... It's really interesting in the lead. It's really interesting. I like what it beats. Best used as a closer, a horrible switch, and a semi-decent lead is the reason why Bisharp is at 108. It can close out its matchups, but it looks like it with its other... Like, those are really bad ratings. I don't know if in Ultra Premier, it gets even worse. It loses its closer efficiency. It gets a little stronger as a lead, but then it's not very powerful. As you see here, you beat Venusaur, Dragonite, Gyarados, Tangrowth, Gengar, but you see a lot of its weaknesses. I think if you saw my like event video, this is the funny thing I want to mention. This is the only thing that like double resist confusion, but you still losing Scalati. It's pretty nuts. So in other words, in the rankings, Bisharp in Ultra League isn't super good. If you take a look at Great League, Bisharp ranks at number... If you take a look at Great League, if we go to Great League... So, Master League, Bisharp is okay. But in Great League, if we went to Great League, Bisharp ranks at 249. So, it's not great. Yeah, don't use it for Great League. And if you want to see Master League, it's not great at all. Even for Premier Cup, it gets pretty bad. Bisharp doesn't go anywhere past the top... It doesn't go anywhere below the top 100. It's pretty bad for a really good reason, but let's just see how its usage is for the Matrix and PvPoke. So Bisharp best shines in Ultra League, so we're just going to look at it for Ultra League. It's not great for Master or Great League, so we're not going to look at it there. But in Ultra League, it's where it shines the most. So Ultra and Ultra Premier, we'll take a look at where Bisharp goes, and I put 4 movesets here. I put the recommend moveset. I gave it Metal Claw. I also gave it X Scissor and Focus Blast. Why not? Just to take a look at it. Like I predicted before, Snarl, Dark Pulse, Iron Head is its best moveset. It gets stabbed from both of those from all of its moves, and let's just see how it fares against the overall meta. So this is Ultra League meta. And in the Ultra League meta, you actually beat, with Snarl, you'll beat Abomasnow. You also beat Charizard? Wait, what? You beat Charizard in 2-shield? In Ultra League? Wait, what? Oh, you just go straight foul play. Oh, it's because of the Dragon Claw. You block both Dragon Claws? Well, this is the Dragon Breath version. What if you get the Fire Spin version? Yeah, Charizard wins if it has Fire Spin. If it's Dragon Breath, you win. If it's not Dragon Breath, you're gonna, yeah, it's Fire Spin, you lose. Oh my gosh. Clefable just ends your life. Yeah, Clefable just ends your life. Stay away from Charmers. You do beat Cresselia, so in the 2-shield, you beat Cresselia, you beat Dragonite, and you beat Driplim. So this is actually really interesting. Beating Cresselia, because I'm guessing you practically wall it, is really good. You beat Cresselia, you beat Dragonite, you also beat Ferrothorn, you beat Galati in the 2s, but I think you lose in the 1s. You also beat both forms of Giratina. Bisharp might not actually be bad. If you use it in the lead, it might not be super bad. You beat Lapras as well. No! Oh my god. Ow. Remember I talked about, like, Bisharp doesn't like getting punched in the face? Yeah, that's a real... I have never seen something... Well, I've seen 62 ratings, but... In literally 7 punches... No, yeah, if my math is right. In 7 punches, Machop ends your life. You don't have a prayer. This is what I'm talking... It can literally farm you down. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about fighters and why Bisharp is kind of really bad. If you get locked into a fighter, it can effectively... look at... Even the pseudo fighters can farm you down. 1, 2, 3. So it takes a little longer, but even the pseudo fighters can just farm you down. They don't have to shield anything. Those are really bad ratings against fighters. 1 punch literally sends you to the next the next stage of the underworld, of the afterlife. Oh my god, that's a really bad rating. Just because, yeah, that's a really bad rating. So if you see fighters, yes, it's good in the lead, but if you see Obstagoon or if you see fighters, especially Obstagoon, because it's Obstagoon is kind of a popular lead run. You also lose against Melmetal. You beat Armor Mewtwo, you do beat Amux as well. But now I kind of just see like why Bisharp is so bad. Against what it's weak against, for example, like you lose against Snorlax. Even though you do resist Lick, I think you have to land the Earthquake, but can they just go straight Body Slam? Yeah, you do have to land the Earthquake. Can you just go straight Body Slam though? Yeah, can you just go straight Body Slam? Let's see if we can go straight Body Slam. Snorlax beats you going straight Body Slam. Dang. Dang. You're a Steel type. And Charmers just end you. Wow. Even though, well, I'm guessing that Dark type is a really big liability. And because Bisharp isn't the thickest thing since sliced bread, it doesn't have a high defense or stamina. You just get absolutely annihilated by Charmers and by fighter users. Best use in the lead if you catch its weaknesses. Even Excavalier just turns it into scrap. Excavalier, literally, even though it doesn't have any legs, it will sprint to the finish line and just beat the crap out of your poor little Bisharp. Alright, I'm tired of looking at the 2-shield because it looks like if you are paired up against a Charmer and or a fighter, you will die a lot. In the 1-shield, it might get a little more promising. You beat Articuno in the 1-shield. Let's see, do you flip any notable matchups? You're still going to lose really hard against Empoleon, Excavalier, anything that walls you. In the 1-shield, you will lose against Galate. So in the 2s, you beat Galate, and 1s, you don't. You beat Gengar. Beat both forms of gear still. You lose even harder to the fighters while you never had a chance against fighters to begin with. You'll lose against Armor Mewtwo. And, yeah. Yeah, ouch. It looks like Focus Blast and X-Scissor do have play, but nothing really notable enough to where it's like really strong. For example, against Empoleon, you have to bait. You can't go straight Focus Blast. You have to bait, otherwise you lose. So you have to bait and then Focus Blast. So it looks like even if you use a different moveset, it looks like because Bisharp is so squishy, or so yeah, he's so squishy, it's like it's kind of bad. Or she, if you have a she one, but like still, it's really bad. And the no shield Bisharp actually does it pick up any? It actually beats Clefable, so this is kind of you still lose against Togekiss. Okay, so you need Metal Claw to beat Togekiss, but as long as you have Iron Head, you can beat Clefable. And you actually lose against Dragonite in the zeros. So in the zeros, you beat Dragonite every scenario but the zeros. I think. Let's see. Let's take a look. Yep, you need to be in even shields to beat Dragonite. Otherwise Dragon Breath just chunks you. You beat Shadow Dragonite. I'm just guessing because Dragonite's squishy. You beat Ferrothorn. You beat both versions of Gyarados. So I guess the greatest strength about Bisharp, looking at these matters, it does beat some kind of famous. You lose against Lapras in the zeros. It does well against really good meta, but if you are locked into its negative matchups, look how bad that is. A 47 rating against Melmetal. How much damage does a superpower exactly do? One superpower and wow. It kills you. It one-shots you. Plus some change. How about with shields? We already know you lose against fighters no matter what. Even if you do have shield advantage, you're still going to eat to the next dimension. Up a shield, you do beat some of the meta, so you'll beat Clefable. You do beat a good amount of the meta up a shield. As long as you have a shield, you'll still lose against Melmetal. You'll still against fighters, but you beat a few matchups. For example, you beat Galate up a shield. You'll beat Empoleon up a shield. You also beat, let's see, you beat Clefable as long as you have a shield. So there are some matchups at which shield advantage Bisharp actually does some work. Unless it's a fighter and a pseudo fighter, then you just get destroyed. And then up 2 shields, it looks like you beat everything but fighters, charmers, all charmers except unless you have Metal Claw against fighters and charmers. So you'll beat everything about fighters and charmers up 2 shields. Now in the 2-to-1s, it gets kind of dicey because you'll still lose. Like I said, you still lose against fighters. But it looks like in the 2-to-1 scenario, it looks like you lose against Melmetal, but it looks like you still beat everything relevant. So in the 2-to-1 scenario, it's basically like up 2 shields. You'll beat everything but Charizard. Ow. This is really... You're not very sharp, dude. Unfortunately, Bisharp is not the greatest thing since sliced bread. In summary, Bisharp is really good. It's actually really good against relevant meta. Against Cresselia, you actually beat it in like all even shield scenarios. You'll beat Cresselia. Even Giratina. So it's very powerful against like the BB, like really like strong meta. Like I said, like BB Mellish. Like Giratinas and Crystals. Other than that, it's really tricky to play. If you use Bisharp, definitely I can see why it's best used in the lead to catch Giratinas and Cresselias. That's probably your best bet. If you get Excavalier or Charmers, you're dead. So Bisharp is actually, if I had to rate it, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10. I give it a 5 out of 10 because it's not the worst thing out there. As long as your up shields are like, if your up shields are like up energy, I think Bisharp can come out with some W's. But it being like just absolutely destroyed by like being able to get farmed down by fighters or charmers is never a good thing. Especially fighters. If you saw like the ratings we saw with fighters, the fact that fighters beat you with like 6 or 7 punches, even if it's not a fighting type, that's a really bad. Bisharp is too glassy. It's not a great glass cannon. Like, for example, it's not like Electivire or Wild Charge users to where it can use its energy. It can, with expert gameplay, you can actually really make a lot of plays with it. It's very it's tricky to play, and it's not great. Bisharp, like I said, one of its big strengths is that it does beat Cresselia. It also beats Gyara, and it does flip some matchups as long as it has shield advantage. However, it just has such a bad matchup against Charmers and against fighter users that I could not really recommend ever using Bisharp. It can be good, but it's just so squishy, and like I said, yeah. just having that pure matchup against Charmers and Fighters, just it doesn't really make it really playable. And it's so expensive and so hard to get in general, it's just not worth burning any resources for Bisharp. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you on the next one, and I hope if you do use Bisharp, if I had to use something with Bisharp, I would run Bisharp in the lead and put, let's see, Bisharp in the lead, put a relevant switch, like put Gira and Crest with it, but you practically have to win the lead, because if it gets realigned with the Charmer or a Fighter, you get destroyed. Keep it away from Charmers and Fighters and you will be fine. You guys have a great day.